Hello and welcome back to The Current,
a magazine show produced by South Elgin High School's Senior Beacon Academy students, bringing you the news from around the Fox Valley area.
Coming up, we'll highlight some local legends in the area, tour an unconventional house,
as well as a yard with more focus on the dead than the living. Take a look at the behind the scenes of a popular haunted house,
visit a unique hidden shop in Elgin, see the impact one former SCHS student made for school athletes,
get an exclusive interview with the South Elgin's very own superfan, learn more about our school's DECA program,
take a trip to Small Cakes Bakery, and lastly, reflect on the importance of Veterans Day. I'm Olivia Deem.
And I'm Penny Kapdukakis, and we will be the hosts for this edition of The Current.
To start us off, we'll take a look at some local hotspots for supernatural tales and activity. Although the following are places you might see every day, these are the top 3 haunted local legends in your area. Built on the old burial grounds of a former cemetery, Channing Memorial Elementary is known for its paranormal activity. We talked with Mrs. Melendez, and she told us about her first supernatural experience in the first month of her new job.
I stayed late on a Friday till about 6 o'clock. The clock started making some noise, just someone starts banging, bang, bang, bang on the wall. Like, I don't like you, who are you, lady, get out.
Then the next year, the paranormal continued.
We're doing a lockdown drill and I had an Elgin police officer with me. I go to the third room, I see a bright light. So there was a little boy at the laptop, blonde hair, red polo shirt, and khaki pants.
After the unusual encounter, she tracked down the teacher to question why a child would have been misbehaving during the drill.
She goes, stop. She goes, there were no children in my classroom.
After all of Mrs. Melendez's supernatural experiences, what makes her return every day?
It doesn't bother me to come to work and know that this is our history. What was exciting is just what the work that I did to do with the real kids.
Number 2, Munger Road.
I don't know if I necessarily believe in ghosts, but I will say that there is absolutely something creepy about Munger Road.
The legend of Munger Road entails that at some point, a school bus full of kids was crossing over the train tracks when it stalled out and a train hit the bus, leaving no survivors.
Nowadays, if you go out to Munger Road at night and you spread baby powder or flour on the bumper of your car and you park on Munger Road, leave your car in neutral, that after a few moments your car will actually get pushed off the train tracks, and when you get outside and look at the bumper of your car, you'll see little handprints, and I guess that's supposed to be, the kids that were in the school bus basically trying to save you from the same fate that they suffered, decades ago.
But why would so many people attempt this dangerous feat?
Because I think we're all looking for a little bit of escapism, just from our generally regular, usual lives.
Number 3, Ellis Middle School.
The other one is Emmy Ellis, who is the building's named after.
Born in England, Emmy Ellis moved to Elgin, Illinois to become a drama teacher. After she passed, the middle school was named in remembrance of her.
There's a picture in front of the building. If you see the eyes move, follow you around, if you feel wind, that's Emmy following you.
Stories of a woman in a white lace dress who haunts the back hallways of the school auditorium are rumored to be Emmy herself.
So I've heard stories, but it was not going to stop me from taking this job.
If all these local areas that we know so well could have such a paranormal history, who knows? Maybe South Elgin just might have the same. From The Current, I'm Olivia Deem.
We had the opportunity to visit several unusual schools, but this one, well, you'll have to see it for yourself.
Here's PJ Spitzer with more info.
Here at Malta Grade School in Malta, Illinois, which you would think is the home to some type of mascot, but actually, it's the home to the Holbrook family.
My name is Josh Holbrook, and I like school so much that I now live in a school.
Josh Holbrook, his wife, and 3 kids bought a school 3 years ago and converted it into their house. You'd think that 39,000 square feet would be a surplus of space for the average person, but for the Holbrooks, they managed to fill it all up.
Well, for a long time, I was looking online to try to find some kind of a neat building, maybe a church or a school or something industrial to turn into a house. You know, I kind of like the idea of that, and it just happened, and everything just fell right into place.
With the purchase of the school and the renovation into his house, you begin to question, what does his friends and family think?
A lot of my friends thought it was really cool when they heard we bought the school and said it was, you know, one of the coolest things ever.
In the school, each room has been assigned their own theme. We have the movie theater, the Zen room, pop culture collection room, gaming room, and an entire gym with a stage, trampoline, and bouncy house.
Around town they still call it Malta Elementary School, but I've called it Holbrook University. And my slogan is, we'll teach you everything we know.
Imagine having a bedroom as the size of an entire classroom. And with Mrs. Holbrook being an artist, just imagine all the possibilities of how to customize your walls. One of his most prized possessions is from the movie The Big White, starring Robin Williams, which is a screen-used prop of a frozen body which is now put on for display in his pop culture room. As if living in Holbrook University wasn't enough, Josh has been approved to create a pizza place in his house, appropriately named Old School Pizza. Opening in December, this restaurant is topped with memorabilia spanning from the 50s all the way to present day. They serve thin and deep dish pizza, chips and dip, fries, onion rings, and more. For Josh, this is more than just a pizza place.
I like to have something where kids get out of school, they can come and play some video games and eat some pizza, and it doesn't matter if you're 80 years old or if you're 10 years old, there's something you can look at in there and go, I like that, you know.
Old School Pizza is going to be opening this December. Make sure to get your slice of pizza ASAP. I know I will.
For the Holbrook family, school is always in session.
But for this next one, anatomy seems to be the lesson of the day.
With Halloween just around the corner, there's no better way to get into the Halloween spirit than to dress your house in frightening decor for this season's events. That's why Tom Schaefer has taken it upon himself to set up a rather unique array of different types of skeletons, all fearsome in their own special way.
Other people like to do zombies and, you know, the blow-up stuff. I decided to concentrate on bones.
How many skeletons do you have on display this year?
As of right now, 106, but I'm not done yet. I have everything from 1.5-inch fairies to 9-foot T-Rex behind me here.
And to think this had all just started in 2016 from one skeleton that had originally been bought for a stage production Schaefer had worked on, and transformed into the impressive yard we see today.
I kind of like to hide things. I don't like, you can't hide a T-Rex.
Yeah.
But I like to kind of hide things around, especially when the kids come so they can look and take some time to see if you can find anything.
Every year, Tom manages to use his creativity to bring the skeletons to life, but he manages to do so in ways that you might not expect.
This is what I like to tell people to do. So when you show up, clap real loud. Everything comes alive. That kind of, sometimes that's cool. Sometimes the kids are like really excited, and smaller ones kind of get scared because they think they're gonna come alive and eat them or something, you know.
Upon visiting the boneyard, you may notice Schaefer has put extra security cameras around his yard as an extra insurance for his skeletons. But this doesn't stop him from expanding his collection.
No.
Do you get a lot of gifts from friends and neighbors?
Actually, last year I got him. This year I actually got one of the human skeletons, one of the rams.
Oh wow.
And the very small dragon that's out front, people gave me. And so if anybody wants to give me some more, I could use them.
Tom usually puts up his display sometime in September and leaves it all up until November 1st, where he takes down all his skeleton friends and puts them away for the next year.
Every year I get a bigger kick out of it, watching people come by and see how their reaction is, and it gives me more motivation to do more stuff. And my neighbor over there, in fact, came over with his children, and he said, this is very nice. If you need to expand, you can. So that big section of land over there, next year, is going to be incorporated into this. I already got plans.
While this is the 4th time they've put up their display, they don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I'm Jack Huxett with The Current.
Here in the Elgin area, a popular fall festivity is going to haunted houses.
But what does it take to run such a production? Let's send it to Maya Kezier.
I'm here at Evil Intentions to see if I got what it takes to get through it. Let's go find out.
I met up with manager and actor Brockton Pamakala at Elgin's very own abandoned casket company and haunted house, Evil Intentions. For first-timers, Brock provides some insight on getting the best of their haunted house experience.
We tell them our actors are trained to treat groups like a sandwich. So when you look at a sandwich, what is your favorite part? It's the middle of the sandwich, not the ends. So if you're terrified, do not be in the middle of the group. If you're the type of person that walks through the haunted house that loves those jump scares and be startled and laugh and have a good time, you're in the front. Those are what we hit you hard up front.
What makes this place so unique is all the detail that goes into making such a spooky atmosphere from iconic characters like Chuckles, the Doctor, Linus, Horsey, and so many more.
Some of our masks are purchased through vendors. We get them all custom made. We don't buy anything off the shelves, or we make them ourselves. Everything you see here is authentic and unique. There is no identical master costumes in our hunt that you will ever find in stores. We're very actor-oriented here. We have no animatronics. So we build the hunt for our actors, and the actors help us with ideas on what to build for them.
Some of these rooms include the Witch Shack, the prison, the schoolhouse, the asylum, the Black Church, and tons of other spooky surprises.
So everybody has their own fear if it's eyesight or through scent. We have actors and other haunts too that spray themselves with different scents, to anywhere from cotton candy to raw sewage. And so scent is a fear of people too that disrupts them. So it's not just always being jumping scared. It's feeling dirty. It's feeling overwhelmed. It's feeling anxiety. So different rooms play to those different senses.
That's why people go to these haunted houses. They crave the fear and adrenaline from it, just as much as they do from roller coasters or skydiving. There has also been some possible paranormal activity. That's right, gang. So much that there is ghost hunting in the off-season. Unexplained things like hearing unknown voices, mannequins that were screwed down had fallen, breezes felt in rooms without any windows, and even unexplained touching. Although a skeptic, Brock has some unexplainable experiences himself.
I was sitting on one of our barrels with my flashlight because we had some people freak out in the room, so we all right, let's see what's going on. I had my flashlight that had, it's not this one, it's a different one that had the little string on it, and I was holding it like this, and all of a sudden, my flashlight went like this, and my string was swinging. Nobody was around me, I was there by myself. I don't know, I can't tell you, but majority of the time, we're so used to it, like none of this scares me. Like people walk through, I'm like, yeah, it's whatever, it's nothing. It's because I put it together, we put it together. But there are some times where even though you put it together, you don't want to be in that room.
Part of the attraction is also the actual artifacts from the casket company at the very end.
This is probably the creepiest thing we have. What you see there are remains from a body being shipped from Greece over to the United States before they got buried. This was an actual shipping coffin. Yes, there was a real body in that.
No wonder this place is haunted. Make sure to visit Evil Intentions before the season is over. Maya Kezier, The Current.
Not all witchcraft has to have evil intentions.
Let's go to Natalia for a look at a little hidden shop in Elgin.
We firmly believe that when people are ready to find us, they'll find us. My name is Beth. My friends call me Feather. Married to Shay, we own the Gypsy Haven. The actual brick and mortar, meaning the store itself, been in this particular location going on 3 years, but I started downtown Elgin for 3 years. So going on 6 years, we've actually had the roof over our head. I really, really wanted a place where people could come and feel like they were home and actually shop. Because again, I really pride myself in trying to be that one-stop shop. When somebody comes in, we have everything that you're possibly looking for. But I would really, really like to expand on floor space for more educational. 95% of the people are new, curious, and learning. Trendy people don't really come in mass busloads. It's people that actually want to start making changes in their life. We cannot defy physics, okay? We separate nature versus nurture. We say bye-bye nurture, we get back to nature. We heighten our strengths, we work on our challenges, so we become happy and healthy, and once those two are achieved, then we can become helpful. Because our ultimate goal is to help other people. Because it's a really big thing that if you're not happy with this, meaning your exterior world, you make changes here, this changes. It's really creepy cool how it works, but it works. We understand this because we've been doing this for a long time. And again, because so many people are new to the idea, to the concept that change can actually happen. I actually have the power to change things. Yeah. And a lot of people, even when they hear that, they get excited. Because they're like, I'm actually powerful? Yeah, you are. You just don't realize what your power is. We don't go out, we don't try to convert. But I cannot force somebody to come here either. I'm not going to go out and try to convince you that you should come to my shop and talk to me so we can talk and you have a new way of thinking. That's not it. You have to these people have to take the first step as to, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to go in. Nobody's going to try to hurt me, cast a spell on me, you know, make me pray to Satan or anything stupid like that. They just need to come in. I just want you to feel comfortable. If you just want to walk around, you know, and just see what we have, then that's fine. But if you've got questions, ask. And it's so crazy because I have people that come up to me and say, I have such a stupid question. I feel so foolish. I'm like, baby, it's okay. Again, 95% of the people that walk through my door are just like you. You know, ask me. Ask.
At SCHS, sports are a big part of our school culture.
But one graduated athlete decided to make an impact off the court.
Illinois schools were once perceived as being home to some of the toughest athletes in the nation. However, due to a decline in media attention, the state has lost that reputation. This motivated one South Elgin High School athlete to try and re-spark this conversation by trading this for this. Well, a newer camera, of course.
The culture never really changed. It's just somebody came in with a camera and exposed it. So, I mean, the hype was always there. It's just the camera just spreads it.
This is Derek Eccles, a former South Elgin High School basketball player who in his junior year founded Slow Shay, a sports media organization with the goal of bringing Illinois sports back to the level of media attention it had during the age of the Jordan Bulls by filming and posting highlight videos for social media.
Started it back in 2017. I quit basketball, unfortunately, so I decided to find something that kept me close to sports. So I picked up the camera, sat on the baseline, and started filming my boys.
During my conversation with him, he told me again and again that he felt Chicago and surrounding suburbs like South Elgin lacked the exposure that they deserved.
All I saw when I was playing basketball was New York was big, Florida teams were big, California teams were big, and I'm just sitting back thinking like, it's Chicago. I mean, Jordan came out of here. We got the toughest players, but nobody wants to film us.
I know you talked about bringing the spotlight back to Illinois, but also highlighting the northwest suburbs, a part that like really doesn't get much exposure.
When I started Slow Shay, I just had a mission to expose the players here that are as good or even better than the players in California, New York, and all that stuff. And I just knew that should be on display.
While Derek is currently attending Mississippi State University, it's posts like these and the fact that he's already recruited local Illinois filmers that show his dedication towards his goal of giving Illinois its second wind in terms of media, and why some feel that he's already made a difference in this sports community.
He did such a great job of showcasing not just this school and the school that he went to, but the whole area.
It helped our area get some pride. Having that media outlet for these kids was huge, and I think it's only going to grow. I think there's still so many opportunities for kids in this area. We just got to get recognition, and Derek's idea was to start that process, and I think if somebody can continue that in the area, it's going to continue to grow, and we'll start to get noticed.
Spotlight it hasn't been there for the longest, but now I feel like it's up there with this camera stuff.
Derek says that his ultimate goal is to become a sports media director at a school or university, but he assured me that he doesn't plan to stop filming around the Chicago or Mississippi area anytime soon. Which means, if that's the case, then sports fans better get used to crowds like this saying, "Shout out Slow Shay!" Reporting from South Elgin, Illinois, I'm Daryl Barnes.
Although that South Elgin alumni made a difference, here's a current student making a difference right now.
With the football season coming to an end, we were able to interview Jessie McAuliffe, one of the superfans here at South Elgin High School, to find out about her experience.
Being a superfan is so fun, but it's also very hard because I'm relying on a lot of people, but it's a really fun thing and it gets everyone very excited, and it's a good thing for the football players, and I think it brings a whole different aspect to the football games.
Jessie says that the most rewarding part of being a superfan is the community it creates within the school.
Usually the superfans only do football, but I want to try to branch out more and go to all boys and girls sports for every sport here. I'm going to try my best. It's going to be hard because some games are far, so that, but also the fact of people showing up. So I'm going to try and tweet and, get it around, tell everyone, and hopefully it works because I would really like that.
For more information about game times and locations, follow at StormNation1 on Twitter. Reporting for The Current, I'm Jaden Carrico.
As we get closer to the end of our high school careers and start planning for a future, it's a good idea to think about potential paths.
We interviewed DECA President Cam Patel to find out more about a club that is leading the way for students to build their career.
As college quickly approaches and students have to decide where they want to go and what they want to do, choosing a major can be one of, if not the most important decision someone makes in their lives. I got a chance to speak with Cam Patel, the president of DECA here at South Elgin High School, who says that this club will not only help you decide a major in college, but will potentially look great on your application as well.
DECA is a business club that helps young people who are interested in business, help them experience the business world and make them become responsible and young leaders in what they want to do in the business world. You don't need to take a business class, it's just walk in and join, and if you don't know anything, it's going to be hard for you first year, but after that, once you get a know of what you want to do, it'll be kind of easier because you obviously know what you want to do. Last year was my first year, and I did the marketing event with my friend, and I kind of learned how they market stuff and how businesses, how they do everything, the big process. It's kind of how they do it and how much time and effort they put into different marketing techniques and all that, yeah. If you don't place at sectionals, placing at sectionals you have to get top 10 in one of your events. But if you don't place, you can do a written paper that is either the innovation plan, starting up your business, etc. And that automatically qualifies you for state. It doesn't have to. You just have to submit it before sectionals. And when you get to state, you do your principles, which is the one you did at sectionals, and you do your written paper. So it kind of works. So you have a cluster exam. There used to be an econ exam, but they got rid of it this year. So you only have a cluster exam, and then you have 2 role plays. A role play is they give you, they tape down a situation sheet, and you read the situation. You have 10 minutes to prepare what you're gonna say to the judge, and the role play is honestly. So I did the marketing event, and one of my role plays last year was how would you market this thing? So you give them. You say how would you market it and how it would get customers to come see it. DECA's helped me because I didn't know what I wanted to major in when I'm going to college, and now I realized I wanted to do something into business because I was in programming and health classes, and it didn't really seem what I wanted to do. So I joined DECA and I took accounting last year, and it kind of made me want to do a business major. To join DECA, it just gives you the experience on the business world and how it would work, and it also opens you up for what you want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, like major in, it can also help you in that way.
Speaking of business, Small Cakes is a local bakery making an impact in our community.
Let's go to Sarah for an interview with one of the employees.
We've had the opportunity to interview Gianna, a student from South Elgin who works at Small Cakes, which is a very popular cupcake bakery in the Arboretum in South Barrington.
At Small Cakes, my official title is front counter service member, and I also decorate cupcakes. Our ice cream that we sell and just overall busy in store, but then we also do orders for cakes and cupcakes, so for that probably Christmas time. So, like I said, we have 16 standard flavors that we have every day, and then we also do 3 specials. So each day of the week, there are different specials, and those change monthly. And then if customers wanted to pre-order cupcakes, they could pretty much order whatever flavor that they want, and we can do our best to recreate it for them. For Halloween designs that customers can pre-order, and they can also order those designs on cakes, mini cupcakes, whatever they please. They can come to all the different stores in the Arboretum and buy kind of whatever, and then when they purchase, they get a free mini cupcake. Oh, with our leftovers at the end of the night, we usually donate them to different food pantries or charities in the area. But if for some reason we aren't that day, we'll give them to local businesses around here in the Arboretum, or we'll kind of trade them in between stores.
Make sure to visit Gianna at Small Cakes in South Barrington and try their fan favorites along with their Halloween specials.
As we transition from the Halloween season to the season of gratitude and remembrance,
it's important to take the time to thank and remember those who have and currently are serving to protect our country.
Veterans Day is a holiday that many of us are aware of. However, it is not necessarily a day that is nationally celebrated, such as Christmas. It is a day that many of us take for granted, although it is an important day which our freedom is indebted to. Veterans have given so much to our country, and this day acts as a way for us to give back to them. Many of us most likely know a veteran or are familiar with one. As a way to remember and appreciate all of those who have served, for this upcoming Veterans Day, we interviewed veteran Daryl Seary, who is now the Chief of Police in Streamwood, to get a sense of what it was like to be in the military.
I left the active duty military as an E4 corporal, and I served in North Carolina at Fort Bragg, home of the 82nd Airborne Division. And then I had some tours overseas. I served in Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and I also served in the Multinational Force and Observers, which is in the Sinai Peninsula between Israel and Egypt. I think growing up I always felt a sense of duty and a sense of pride in America. I knew I always wanted to serve my country in some capacity. It was definitely 4 years of very positive interactions, and then obviously I got to see a lot of the world that I never would have seen, and a lot of good mentors, a lot of leaders that I still think about and reflect on to this day. My entire service, I think I'm very proud of and is memorable. I am a big proponent of the military, having served. I believe the sense of duty and the civic pride that it can instill, I think does wonders for somebody, especially if somebody's kind of still on the fence of what they want to do with their life and need some direction. It is a great place to find that.
More of us should pay our respects to those who have served for our country, and one simple way to do this can involve visiting memorials for veterans. Specifically, the Veterans Memorial in Streamwood was designed by veterans in 1991. According to Billy Roth, the mayor of Streamwood, these veterans took it upon themselves to raise the money and design the memorial. The design revolves around 3 stars, with the main star being devoted to the 5 branches of service. The other 2 sub-stars are dedicated to women who have served, as well as prisoners of war. More recently, the Battlefield Cross and the War Dog were added to commemorate fallen soldiers and dogs that have played a role in the military. Overall, the memorial acts as a tribute to all those who have served for our country and reminds us of the importance of the different branches of service. On Veterans Day, Monday, November 11th at 11 a.m., there will be an annual flag ceremony held at the memorial. For more information, visit the Village of Streamwood's website at www.streamwood.org.
Thanks for tuning in to this month's show.
Be sure to come back next month for our December special.
For The Current, I'm Olivia Deem.
And I'm Penny Kaptukakis.
Don't forget to have a great day.